lesson 1, today we're going to talk about some basic guitar knowledge. Before you even pick the guitar up and start picking or playing, you need to know some basic knowledge. So first we're going to talk about the parts of the guitar. Here we have the body. This is the bridge. This is your sound hole. This is what allows the sounds to come out and be amplified. These obviously are your strings. This piece right here is the neck. These silver things right here are the frets. This white piece right here is the nut. This piece as a whole is called the head or headstock. These are your tuning pegs that allow you to tune the strings. If you're playing electric guitar, the parts are pretty much the same. There's a few minor differences. Again, this is the body, the neck, the head or headstock. You got your frets, you got the nut, you got your tuning pegs. On an electric guitar, though, we have pickups that pick up the sound to be amplified through your amplifier. On this guitar, this is a Fender Telecaster Deluxe, which has 2 humbucking pickups. So this pickup back here is referred to as your treble or bridge pickup, because it's closest to the bridge right here. This pickup is referred to as your neck pickup, because it's closest to the neck. You toggle between these two with your toggle switch right here. So with the toggle switch in the down position, you are using your bridge pickup. With the toggle switch in the middle position, you are using both pickups together. With the toggle switch in the up position, you are using your neck pickup. On electric guitar, you have these controls that control your pickups. These are volume for each pickup, volume for your bridge pickup, volume for your neck pickup, tone for your bridge pickup, and tone for your neck pickup. The tone will adjust your treble or bass on each pickup. Now we're going to be talking about how to tune your guitar, which was one of the most important things when playing guitars. You want to make sure you're in tune, or anything you play will not sound right. There's a lot of different ways that you can tune your guitar. The easiest way for a beginner whose ear is not trained yet is to use an electric tuner. I have this electric tuner. It's a pedal version. There's much cheaper tuners that you can buy with meters. There's ones you can stick on the head of your guitar that picks up the vibrations, and you can tune that way. 10, 15, 20 bucks is really all you need to spend on a tuner. But it makes it a lot easier when you're first starting out. And I'm going to show you how to use an electric tuner, and then I'll also show you how to tune by ear. As you can see here, I have a tuner with a cable going into it. That's because my acoustic guitar has a pickup in it. Yours may not. If your guitar does not have a pickup in it, make sure you get a tuner with a microphone on it. All the principles still apply, how to read the meters, and which notes you're tuning. We're going to tune the first string on the guitar, which is this one right here. And that string should be tuned to E. So you want to make sure when you hit your tuner, it's showing an E. And then the idea is you want the meter to be right in the middle. This one, when it's in tune, is going to show a green light. Yours might just have a meter on it that you want right in the middle on 0. So we pick that, we tune our tuning peg for that string until it hits right in the middle like that. It might jump around a little bit, but as long as it's on the green, you're good. So the red light was back here. That means your string's flat, so you want to tighten it. Okay, so we'll go to our next string, which is the B string. You can see that I'm pretty much in tune. Might be a little sharp. Just adjust that. And now we're in tune. The next string, it's the third string. That should be tuned to a G. See there, we're in tune. The next string is the fourth string. That should be tuned to D. Pretty close there. The fifth string should be tuned to A. We're in tune there. And the sixth string should be tuned to E. That's how you use your electric tuner. Now you want to make sure again that when you pick the string that it's showing the correct note. Because if it's showing C, you'll be cranking it to C and it's not going to be right. Okay, if you don't have an electronic tuner and you're trying to tune by ear, this is the way you want to do it. First, you're going to need a point of reference. So you either need, if you have a piano at home, a keyboard, you could probably find something online that will give you a reference note. A pitch pipe would also work. The easiest thing to do is tune to what's called concert A. So you're going to tune your fifth string, your A string, to whatever reference you have, piano, keyboard, pitch pipe. So we're going to assume that that is in concert A, which is also referred to as 440. So once that's in tune, then we're going to tune our sixth E string to that string. So what we have to do is we have to find A on the E string, and that would be right here at the 5th fret. So you're going to push that string down at the 5th fret. You're going to hit that and your 5th string, A, that's already in tune together. And make sure that those sounds match up. Those are in tune. Then you're going to move down and you're going to play a D on your 5th string. And then you're going to play the 4th string, which is D. And make sure those match up. Then we're going to move down. Again, the 5th fret. On the D string, we're going to find a G. This is G on the D string. We're going to match that up to our open G string, which is the 3rd string. Make sure those sound alike. Now I'm going to make this go out of tune so you know what to listen for. You can hear that does not sound very good. Now what you want to be listening for are what are called beats. Anytime you have two sound waves that are close but not quite the same, they're going to beat against each other and you're going to hear a wavering. So what you listen for, you can hear that wave going like this. You're gonna tune it so that wave gets farther and farther apart until you don't hear it anymore. Now, did you hear it smooth out? Now we're back to being tuned to G. So that's what you want to listen for, is those beating waves against each other. It's kind of complicated. It'll take a while for your ear to adjust to that. So now we have our 6th string E in tune, our 5th string A in tune, our 4th string D in tune, and our 3rd string G in tune. Now we have to find B on the G string, which is right here on the 4th fret. Play that along with the 2nd string, which is supposed to be B, and those sound alike. Then we're going to find E on our now tuned B string, which is back to the 5th fret right here. Play that and our 1st string together. Make sure those sound alike. That's how you tune by ear. You're going to want to double check that a couple times. Sometimes if your guitar is really out of tune, by the time you get to your high E string or your 1st string, the rest might be out of tune again, and it's going to take a couple times. And that's how you tune by ear. Now we're going to talk about the proper way to hold the guitar. As you can see, the guitar has an arch right here. This fits pretty perfectly over your thigh. So for guys, you can hold it like this. This would be maybe more appropriate for a woman. But that'll fit and sit pretty comfortably right over your thigh. Now, your right hand, you want your forearm right here resting comfortably on the body of the guitar, about right here in this area. You want the palm of your hand, this part right here, to rest lightly on the bridge. Not in front to where you're muting the strings, but right behind there. That gives you a good pivot point. It'll give your right hand a lot more control. You definitely don't want to be floating around out here, at least for the exercises we're going to be doing in the beginning here. So you want to pivot that, plant that, so you can pivot right there on the bridge of the guitar. Now your left hand, you want your thumb on the back of the neck like that. Not the pad. You want the pad of your thumb, not the tip. You don't want to hold it like this. You want to hold it like that. Then you want to wrap your hands around so that when you're pressing down on the fret, that your fingers are arched. Like that. So you always want to be playing with the tips of your fingers, not the pads of your fingers. You always want to try to be on your tips. Your fingers are going to get really sore at first, but that will go away over time as you practice. So you want to wrap it around and arch your fingers like this. You always want to be able to have a gap between your palm here and the bottom of the neck. You don't want to be resting your palm up against the bottom of the neck. So you should always be able to really like fit a pencil between there or something. Okay, now we're going to go back to our right hand. So we got our palm lightly on the bridge for our pivot point. You're going to hold your pick with either your thumb and 2 fingers or your thumb and your first finger. Either way is acceptable. You do not want to hold the pick like this. It's kind of a bad habit to start. So that would be the proper way to hold it, or like that. So with our right hand resting on the bridge, I just want you to pick the 6th string, that's your E string, and just pick one time down. Now, we do something in guitar called alternating your picking, where you do downstrokes and upstrokes. So going down toward the floor would be a downstroke, picking up would be an upstroke. So I just want you to hit the 6th string, the E string, that's also referred to as the low E string. I want you to hit that 4 times, alternating your picking up and down. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I want you to go down to the 5th string, that's your A string. I want you to pick that 4 times, alternating your picking. Now we're going to go to the 4th string, that's your D string. Pick that 4 times. Now to our 3rd string, which is G. Pick that 4 times. Remember to keep your palm rested on the bridge. Pick our 2nd string, that's B. Pick that 4 times. And finally, our 1st string, which is E, or often referred to as the high E string. Pick that 4 times. Just make sure that before you move on, you have that alternating picking method down. It's also really important to memorize the notes of the open strings. When I say open strings, I mean the note that you're playing without putting any fingers down with your left hand. So when I pick this string, the 6th string, that is a low E, or an E note. The 5th string is A, 4th string is D, the 3rd string is G, 2nd string is B, and the 1st string is E or high E. It's important to memorize those notes for now. I wouldn't worry about memorizing any other notes on the fretboard except for the open strings for now. Now we're going to finish up the lesson, and I'm going to show you a simple exercise incorporating our left and right hand. This is just a simple exercise to work on your muscle memory, your finger dexterity, your coordination between your left and right hands. So with your left hand now, thumb on the back of the neck, arched fingers, playing with your fingertip. Want your first finger, that would be your index finger, on the 5th fret. Now, when you fret, you want to be right behind the actual fret, the silver piece. You want to be right behind it, as close to it as you possibly can without being on top of it. That'll give you the best tone, the best sound. If you're back here, a lot of times you get kind of a bad buzzing sound. So you want to be right up against that fret. That'll give you a nice clear tone. So now with your right hand technique, palm on the bridge, I want you to press down. You're going to have to press down pretty hard. I want you to pick that 4 times, alternating your picking. Now with your second finger, I want you to go 1 fret up on the 6th fret, leaving your first finger down. Pick that 4 times. Then with your third finger, your ring finger, go the next fret up. That's the 7th fret, still leaving all your fingers down. Pick that 4 times. Finally, your pinky, or your 4th finger, on the 8th fret. Remember the whole time to be alternating your picking up and down strokes. Now we're going to go to the A string and do the exact same thing. Starting with our first finger, 4 times. Second finger. Third finger. Fourth finger. Then we're going to go to the 4th string, the D string. Same thing. Again, this is just an exercise to get your fingers moving and build up the coordination between your left and right hand. We're just going to work all the way down all the strings. When you get to there, I want you to go backwards. All the way down so you get back to where you started. Now go as slow as you need to go. If it's... that's fine. It's better to be slow and precise than fast and sloppy. You can always work up to faster. Now once you get it down where you're playing each note twice, then I want you to just play each note 1 time. You're still palm on the bridge. You're still alternating your picking. And what you're really working for toward is something that sounds like this. Once you get it down slow, then you can work on your speed. I want you to practice this all over the neck. So you can start on the 1st fret. Then go to the 2nd fret, 3rd fret, and so on, all the way down. Now I want you to make sure that your notes are evenly spaced out. So you want to avoid being like you want to make sure they're all even. what you especially want to work on is going from one string to the next. So when you go from the pinky to your first finger back down here to the A string. So you want to make sure you got smooth transitions going from each string. So once you get that down, then you'll be ready for lesson 2. But I would strongly encourage you to not move on until you can play that pretty smoothly without thinking about it too much.